The Baltimore Bridge collapse was one of the biggest stories in the greater DC area last year, and it's also the first time in my career where I had to question whether the video of that bridge collapsing was real or artificial intelligence. I cover AI and tech, and I remember that morning vividly. So I worked a very early morning shift. So as soon as I got into the newsroom, I went over to the producer pod. That's where all of the morning show producers are working. And they were not only hearing that something had happened, but they had stumbled across this video that was starting to appear on social media and wondering if it was real. So we took a look at it over and over again, trying to determine if it might be created by AI or if it was indeed a video of this bridge collapsing the moment it collapsed. So this was right around the time when OpenAI came out with Sora. There, of course, are other AI technologies that were out there that people were using to create fake videos. So, of course, we're sending a crew all the way up to Baltimore to try to figure out what happened, what's going on. But that's going to take some time because we're located in Arlington, Virginia. We call our sister station, which is up in Baltimore as well. They're scrambling. They're not to the scene yet. They haven't verified it. So what did I do? I went back to basics. I went back and did what I was trained to do as a journalist, not only thinking about, okay, what was I taught in J school, but what have I learned through my 20 years of broadcasting experience? Anytime there's someone in the water, call the Coast Guard. When it comes to journalists calling official sources, calling a police department, fire department, there's usually somebody who will answer, but they aren't always allowed to talk to the press. So I can't remember exactly what I said or how I said it, but I didn't do the whole, I'm a journalist, I'm looking for a statement type of thing. Instead, I was able to give them some information that I had, what we're seeing. And they quickly were able to verify that indeed the bridge had collapsed and that they were in the midst of a search and rescue operation.
As soon as I get more information, I'll let you know. I can tell you that I did talk to the Coast Guard this morning that confirmed this is the ship involved.
The information's verified, our crew is on the way, and we could go to air and let people know what we had discovered. I also looked to my own institutional knowledge because I have had to cover a lot of different types of search and rescues, tragedies, infrastructure stories. And I even remember reporting on an anniversary of a bridge collapse that had happened in Tampa. I used to work in Tampa. And in that case, it was during a storm where a ship hit the bridge came down. And because of those weather conditions, people were still driving off the bridge and into the water. And that was a huge tragedy at the time. So that raises another question. What are they doing to ensure that people aren't just driving off the bridge? The weather conditions are different, or were different that morning in Baltimore as well. Now, eventually, we were able to get a lot more information about what led up to that incident.
Go ahead and take a look. I want to take this full right now so you get a better chance to see it. This is marinetraffic.com. You're going to notice this big green icon in the center of the screen. That is representing the cargo ship. And I can even show you that the route it was taking.
But that initial morning, middle of the night, not very many people you can call, a scene that's pretty far away, and having to make sure that I'm doing my job as a journalist to verify if it's real. Because if we get that wrong, we lose trust, and trust is so important. So we got it right. I'm really proud of the work that me and my team put into this story. And of course, we're nominated for 2 Emmy Awards for that coverage. Something I'm very, very proud of. It was one of those mornings where, under the worst of circumstances, we did our jobs the way that we're supposed to do our jobs as journalists.